Welcome to this video introduction to the 5 Good Things Expressive Framework. This model integrates relational cultural theory, expressive arts, and mindfulness to create a shared structure for counseling, education, and supervision. Our goal is to explore this framework as a whole, focusing on its larger shape and how its components function in relationship to one another. In this course, we will explore the core integration of the model, its application in various relational settings, and provide an initial orientation to its structure. By the end of this video, you will have a clear mental map of the model and a sense of how it can support your existing professional work. The 5 Good Things Expressive Framework, or 5GTEF, centers on 5 relational outcomes: zest, clarity, worth, productivity, and connection. These outcomes are supported through a 4-phase process: stabilize, create, integrate, and close. This flexible map provides structure while allowing for the adaptation necessary in ethical counseling. Counseling knowledge is often fragmented across different theories and techniques. This framework acts as an organizing structure, returning attention to relational vitality without requiring you to abandon essential clinical rigor or assessment. It helps us notice what becomes possible through connection, even in the presence of ongoing distress. Many counseling approaches are verbally dominant. This framework goes beyond words, recognizing that experience may first emerge as sensation, image, rhythm, or gesture. By using expressive practices and mindfulness, we create additional routes for knowing, organizing, and communicating experience that complement verbal exploration. To clarify, the 5GTEF is an integrative framework and a repeatable process that you can adapt to your practice. It is designed to work alongside your existing professional judgment and theoretical orientation, serving as a support tool rather than a replacement for your expertise. It is important to note what this framework is not. It is not a diagnostic instrument, a rigid protocol, or a method for decoding a client's creative work. It does not guarantee that every activity will produce every outcome, but rather provides a way to notice relational possibilities. Rooted in relational cultural theory, this model views people as fundamentally relational. Growth is understood to occur through mutual empathy, authenticity, and responsiveness. Conversely, disconnection and inequity are recognized as factors that contribute to suffering. This perspective guides our approach to every interaction. The 5 good things, zest, clarity, worth, productivity, and connection, serve as both outcomes and guideposts. They help counselors reflect on the direction and quality of an experience. These are not a scoring system, but a relational lens to help us remain present to the process of growth. Zest refers to increased energy and aliveness. It is often subtle and can be supported through play, sensory engagement, and choice. As a guidepost, we ask, what brings energy into this experience? We are looking for small returns of curiosity that indicate vitality is present and expanding. Clarity involves an increased understanding of self or patterns. It doesn't require certainty. Often, it means recognizing complexity. Expressive forms help externalize this experience for shared reflection. By using these tools, we allow the participant to discover their own insights rather than imposing an interpretation. Worth is a strengthened sense of dignity and belonging. This is supported by honoring a participant's interpretive authority and choices. It requires cultural humility and a respect for different ways of communicating, ensuring that participants don't need to conform to dominant norms to be valued. Productivity refers to the capacity for meaningful action, not just constant output. Success is reframed to focus on what aligns with the participant's needs and context. This action might be private, gradual, or protective, as long as it fosters a sense of agency and purpose. Connection is the final good thing, representing authentic engagement and mutual responsiveness. This includes connection with self, others, and the world. Healthy boundaries and distance are a part of this, as they protect relational health. The expressive work becomes a point of connection between the participants. In summary, these outcomes function as a dynamic constellation, not a linear sequence. They overlap and influence one another based on the context of the relationship. By holding these possibilities in mind, you can remain curious and responsive throughout your work with clients and supervisees. Moving on to the role of expressive arts, this dimension broadens how participants engage with experience. It reminds us that processes like thinking, feeling, and meaning-making are not exclusively verbal. Counselors must remain within their scope of competence when introducing these methods. Expressive work serves several key functions in this framework. It allows participants to externalize experience, regulate distance, broaden communication, support experimentation, and create a shared point of attention between the counselor and the participant. Choice is essential because creative activity is not automatically safe or accessible for everyone. We treat reluctance as meaningful information, not resistance. Counselors should offer alternatives that preserve the activity's purpose while changing the form to suit the participant. Mindfulness supports present moment awareness and relational presence. It is not about forcing a state of calm, but rather recognizing what is happening with greater choice. This helps both counselor and participant engage with the present reality. Mindfulness in this framework is flexible. It can be brief, active, sensory, or movement-based, and it does not require closed eyes or stillness. These practices can be integrated throughout all 4 phases of the framework. The process is organized into 4 phases: stabilize, create, integrate, and close. This provides a recognizable rhythm and predictability, which is especially important for trauma-informed care, without requiring a rigid or fixed script. Phase 1 is stabilize. This involves creating sufficient orientation, choice, and regulation for the participant. Stabilization is a foundational, and sometimes the most important, part of the session, ensuring the participant feels safe enough to engage. Phase 2 is create. Here, the participant engages in an expressive process. The emphasis is on exploration rather than the artistic quality of the product. The counselor observes without intruding, tracking the participant's experience. Phase 3 is integrate. This is where the participant reflects on the process and connects it to their own meaning. The counselor supports the participant's own interpretation, which remains primary, whether that integration is verbal or symbolic. Phase 4 is close. This supports the transition out of the expressive process. We identify what the participant is carrying forward and what stays in the room, ensuring they leave with a sense of continuity and care. The phases of the process map onto the 5 good things. Stabilization protects worth, creation supports zest and clarity, while integration and closure foster meaning and connection. These relationships are dynamic possibilities that guide our work. To see this in practice, consider Jordan, a graduate student who felt depleted. By using a simple visual mapping activity with sticky notes, Jordan was able to externalize self-criticism and recognize moments of connection, shifting their perspective through the process. Neuro-affirming design is central to this framework. We recognize varied ways of processing and relating as valid variations, not deficits. The framework provides multiple entry points, allowing participants to engage in ways that suit their specific needs. Cultural responsiveness is also foundational. Creative expression and mindfulness practices are not culturally neutral. They are shaped by histories and communities. We work to ensure these tools are used with permission and respect for their origin. Finally, we maintain ethical responsibility. This includes ongoing informed consent, practicing with incompetence, protecting confidentiality, and carefully managing power. By prioritizing safety and genuine choice, we uphold the integrity of the therapeutic relationship. The 5 Good Things Expressive Framework can be adapted across many settings. In individual and group counseling, it helps organize interventions and deepen reflection. In counselor education and clinical supervision, it supports the development of relational skills and the externalization of complex cases. Always adapt the model to your specific context, rather than copying it mechanically. You can also use this framework as a tool for personal reflection. After a session, ask yourself, where did I notice zest or depletion? What became clearer? How did the interaction support or threaten worth? What meaningful action became possible? And where did the connection deepen or require repair? This supports your own growth as a practitioner. Hold this model lightly and responsibly. Use it to serve the participant rather than making them fit the model. Maintain core commitments like relational growth, participant choice, and cultural humility. Integration means ensuring your structure and flexibility work together to provide a shared map that remains responsive to the actual terrain of the therapeutic relationship. This framework is evidence-informed and evolving. It draws on established scholarship in relational and expressive practices, but should not be presented as a fully validated treatment for every population. Distinguish between the evidence for its components and the ongoing research into the model itself. Practice with humility, transparency, and ongoing feedback. As we bridge into the next chapter, reflect on your own practice. Which of the 5 good things draws your attention first? Which of the 4 phases, stabilize, create, integrate, or close, is already present in your work? Which might require more intentional attention? This reflection will help you connect the framework to your existing clinical knowledge. In conclusion, the framework acts as an integrative map. It brings relational growth into conversation with expressive and mindfulness-based processes. Remember that the 5 good things are guideposts, not performance standards, and that creative participation must always remain voluntary, accessible, and grounded in your professional competence. Thank you for beginning this exploration. In the coming chapters, we will deepen our look at the theoretical foundations, examine concrete applications for individual and group settings, and consider our ethical responsibilities in greater detail. I look forward to continuing this work with you.